Football is not the only sport with a goalkeeper position. Ice hockey, handball, and water polo are three examples of other sports that also have a goalkeeper. But there's one sport you might not think of straight away, and it's actually the second biggest sport in the entire world: cricket. Now, a while ago, I received an interesting email. It was from the Lord's Cricket Ground in London, one of the oldest and most iconic locations in all of cricket. They said they'd seen my TikTok content and were wondering if for just one day I'd be willing to swap out my goalkeeper gloves for a pair of wicket-keeper gloves to find out how I, as a football goalkeeper, would do in wicket-keeping. So, I travelled to the Lord's Cricket Ground in London and met up with a pro wicket-keeper to see if he could turn me into a professional cricket keeper in just one day.
That's the wrong thing.
This is John Simpson, current Middlesex and England's professional cricket keeper, and he's the one who's going to be teaching me the ropes of cricket keeping today. But before we get into the actual cricket keeping, they decided to give me a tour of the enormous ground they have here, known as the Home of Cricket. Now, the Lord's Home of Cricket was built in 1814 and is currently known as one of the most historic and iconic places in all of cricket history. And it's not just the cricket grounds they have here. They're also home to the world's oldest sporting museum, where they have an enormous collection of sports and cricket memorabilia. And some of the museum staff were even kind enough to lay out some iconic Dutch cricket memorabilia just for me. Right, here we are at the Lord's Cricket Ground. Look at this stadium, guys. Yeah, it's an honor to be here, and we've got some awesome stuff we're going to be doing here, so stay tuned for that. Alright, time to get into the real stuff, the cricket keeping. So the plan is as follows. John and his understudy, Daniel O'Driscoll, would take me through a few cricket keeper drills, and eventually I would have to get behind a batsman and find out if I have what it takes to become a pro cricket keeper.
More difficult than I thought.
First, John and Daniel explained the basics of wicket keeping to me, so I had a base understanding of what I had to do. Then we got into the first exercise, tennis ball skimmers. First, Daniel got in there to show me what to do, and then it was my turn. Looking at Daniel, this looked so easy, but once I got in there, I realized how difficult it actually was. I dropped nearly every ball, but eventually, I kind of got into it.
Oh, that's a goalkeeper catch.
Exactly.
For the next exercise, we used something called the crazy catch, which is basically just a ball rebounder. Here, John would stand behind us and start throwing balls into the crazy catch. All you have to do is react as fast as you can and catch as many balls as you can.
We'll see how my reaction speed does here.
So we started off with just John throwing the balls, and I was actually able to catch most of them.
Is that it? Wasn't too bad, right?
Wasn't too bad, no, it was good.
Then we stepped it up a bit, and I had John and Daniel both throwing balls at a faster pace. And I did drop a few balls, but I was able to catch quite a few as well. The next exercise, we used something called a catch-it board. This is basically just a board with grooves in it that deflects the ball to different places to really test out your reaction speed. So John hopped in there and gave us a demonstration of what we needed to do. And once again, he makes it look so easy. So now it was my turn, and it's fair to say I didn't start off very well.
That's the wrong thing.
But eventually, I got into a bit of a rhythm and I was catching most of the balls. And then John said this.
We're going to do a little bit of a challenge.
So John challenged me to a catch-off. Who do you think will win? Me or England's professional cricket keeper? Let's find out. So John caught 4 out of 6. Now it was my turn. So obviously John won. I only got 1 out of 6, but he did let me try again. And this time round, I did better. I got 4 out of 6. No. Not bad, right? Now for the next exercise, as Daniel says...
Now into the more exciting part of cricket.
So John and Daniel went on to explain that in cricket, as a cricket keeper, there's 3 different types of dives. First off is a mid-high rolling dive. Then there's the low swooping dive. And the last one, the catch and flop. Alright, now we know the different techniques. It's time to put the ball machine up to speed and get to diving. First, John stepped in to give us a demonstration of how it's done, and he made some great catches. I felt like this was something I should be able to do. It's just like goalkeeping, right? And I was able to make some great catches, I just didn't have the right technique down. But, after all, I am a goalkeeper, not a cricket keeper. Now, as a goalkeeper, I think I could say my reaction speed is quite good. So when I saw these cricket ball machines, I knew I had to try and catch a ball at max speed. So I put all the protective gear on and got in front of the machine, and we started at 45 miles per hour. Now 45 miles per hour was easy, so we quickly amped it up to 55. 55 miles per hour, still a walk in the park. Time to amp it up to 65. Now this is where it got more difficult. These balls were flying at me, but eventually I was still able to catch one. On to 75. Now at 75 I was able to catch all three, on to the max speed. See, at this point our cameraman Luke was even scared for me, and he came up to me to ask if I really wanted to do this. And of course, we had to give it a go, right? And yes, I was able to catch it at max speed. Look, even my hand was hurting after this one. Alright, on to the next exercise. For our next drill, John explained that he would be holding the catch it board up against the machine to make the ball deflect to one side, and we would have to dive and catch. So Daniel hopped in and gave us a demonstration. And as with everything, he just makes it look so easy. Now it was my turn to hop in and see what I got. I really struggled at the start, but eventually I was able to make a few good catches.
Yes. Oh, there it is.
Alright, so we've done the tennis ball skimmers, we've done the crazy catch, we've done the catch it board, and we've done some diving. It's time to try and put it all together and see if we now have what it takes to become a pro cricket keeper. So first we would take position behind the stumps, and we would have the cricket machine bowl a few balls at us to get used to the machine.
So in this one, now we've got the machine set up. I think it's about 63 miles an hour, so it's like keeping to a medium-paced seamer. And what we're going to do.
So John gave us a demonstration of what we had to do. And once again, he makes it all look so easy. But now it was my turn to get behind the stumps. So I didn't start off too well. I dropped quite a few balls, and then this happened.
Yeah, oh, it's in the grill.
What?
But we weren't going to give up that easily. So we kept on going, and eventually I was able to catch a few.
Nice. Yes.
Now it was time for the real stuff. John was going to stand in front of me and bat the ball, so I'd have more of a distraction and I would have to catch him out. So after a full day of practice, this was it, the final test. Would I be able to catch at least one ball and earn the title of cricket keeper? It's time to find out.
Oh, it's got back.
Alright, so the first few balls didn't go too well. Now having a batsman stand in front of me trying to hit the ball made this so much more difficult.
I didn't have it. I thought I had it.
But eventually, I was able to catch one.
Yes.
How'd you do there?
We got it.
And once I caught the first one, I got better and better and started catching more.
I can't believe I caught that.
I want you guys to let me know in the comments, can I make it as a cricket keeper? Or should I just stick to goalkeeping for now? Also, I want to say a special thank you to everyone at the Lord's Cricket Ground for having me over. And I want to say a big thank you to the staff for showing me around the beautiful grounds and teaching me about some of the history of the sport. And of course, a huge thank you to John and Daniel for taking me under their wing for the day and teaching me about cricket keeping. And if you did enjoy this video, guys, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel.